Bruchim Abayim, welcome. We are continuing on Shulchan Aruch or Achaim, the halachot of Bet Knesset, Siman Kuf Nun Dalet, and we're up to Sif Tet on Daf Mem Gimel Amud Aleph of the regular prints of Mishna Berura. And the question here is people who donate a Sefer Torah to the Bet Knesset or the accessories of Sefer Torah, given the fact that people use different parchments or mitpachot, cloth for kavod of Sefer Torah to cover it at the time of bracha, or even wrapping the Sefer Torah with them. Hamitnadevim Sefer Torah umanichim mitpachot bebet haKnesset. When you put these things in the shul, mutar leishtamesh bahen kol sefer vesefer sheledat kulan hukdeshu. You could use every single one of them, and the cloth that was given for this Sefer Torah, you could put it on that Sefer Torah as well. Because the person that gave it, he didn't say, well, I just want it to be used for this, and therefore you can't use it for other Sefer Torah. You can use it for any Sefer Torah. It's given to the shul, given to as a donation, as a nedava to the Bet Knesset. It could be used for any of the Sfarim. Sheledat kulan hukdeshu, aval hamanichim bebetam v'achar kach makdishin. But if you put it in your house, and then afterwards you allow the tzibur to use it, kevan she'al dat oto sefer na'asa, because this mitpacha, this cover, this box, was made for this specific Sefer Torah. It's not that you donated a Torah cover or a Torah case to the Bet Knesset. That would mean that you could use it for any Sefer. But if you actually put it on a Sefer, miyuchat for that, custom made, and you gave it to that, and then the combination of both of them you donated to the Bet Knesset, then it was made for this specific Sefer. V'nishtamesh bo oto Sefer, that Sefer is going to use it, but not other Sfarim. Asur la'anicho beSefer Torah acher v'yesh matirim. Maran says there's a machloket among the poskim. Simply put, you should not be using it for different Sfarim, even though that we recognize that those poskim who are lenient. Says the Mishnah Berura, v'chol shken mitpachot she'agizbarim konim otan l'sorchei Sfarim. It goes without saying that if the shul uses the money of Hekadesh and buys mitpachot, buys this cloth for kavod of Sefer Torah, of course that goes without saying that it's bought for the Bet Knesset, it's bought thinking of all the Sfarim that could be used in the shul. So it says the Mishnah Berura, Mishum de kol shinui mikdusha likdusha asur. The fact that it becomes asur if you dedicated it to one specific Sefer Torah is because any change from a kedusha to another kedusha is asur. Im lo lechamur mimenu. You can only change it when you're going up a level in kedusha, so that's ma'alin bekodesh. But if it was designated for one thing, you keep it with that one thing. And there are those who say it's mutar because at the end of the day, it's not a lower level of kedusha; it's the same level of kedusha. You're not changing it. So here is a chidush in Maran, that even though that one Sefer Torah and another Sefer Torah, they are the same level of kedusha. If something was designated to a specific Sefer Torah, you should not and you cannot change from one to another.
So Sefer Torah is the same level.
That's correct, and that's exactly the chidush of Maran over here. That if something has been designated, there's machloket about it, whether or not you could change it even within the same level of kedusha from one to another item. And the halacha would be, Maran says, better not to do it, even though that we recognize that those who are lenient. Maran continues in Seif Yud, Hanoagim la'aniach aterot Sefer Torah berosh hakoreh b'siyum Torah. Those who have the minhag that they put the crowns of Sefer Torah on the head of the person that gets the last aliyah, finishes his siyum Torah, he's the one going up to the Torah. Even though that's Tashmishe Kedusha, you can't put Tashmishe Kedusha on somebody as a Davar Chol, and Mochim Be'adam. Maran writes, we don't have to stop them. Aval hamanichim otam berashei chatanim de alma, but you cannot get a regular chatan that's going to chuppah today, or is within the 7 days of his chatuna. You cannot put it on their head. Now, what's the difference? Because chatan Torah that completes the Torah. The reason you're putting the Keter Torah on him is to show the Kavod Torah that we finished the reading of the Torah, we admire the Torah, we love the Torah, we hope to be a walking Sefer Torah, people acquiring, learning, and knowing Torah. So that whole thing, Chatan Torah, is for Kavod Torah. But regular Chatan that got married, well, Chatan Kavod Melech, amazing, we're happy for him, we try to make him happy, but to use something of Tashmishe Kedusha, that would be out of line. Says the Mishnah Berura, the reason we don't stop the people who are doing it for Kavod Torah as Chatan Torah, even though that it's not a halachically advised, so to speak, it's not tuned, it's not the right thing to do, but if they do it, you don't have to stop them. Says the Mishnah Berura, because this was the minhag that they did for Chatan Torah, and it's lev bedin matne al ze b'makom shenahagu ken kivan shemishtamashin lechvod Torah. You're doing it for kavod Torah. You're doing it for the person that goes up legomrat shel Torah, and he has become the minhag. So therefore, lev bedin matne. Aval berashei chatanim de alma, but a regular groom, regular chatan, right? That there's no minhag, first of all. She'en adam matne ba'atarot shen tashmishe kedusha lechvod sefer Torah, shehem mishtamesh b'en hediot lechvod atzmo. It's for kavod of chatan, not for kavod of Torah. Therefore, that would be asur. But if you would stand there when you made this atara and say, we want this to not have the kedusha in a way that a chatan can't use it. We want the chatan to be able to use it, and we are making a condition that it's going to be a crown over the Sefer Torah, but also it's going to be used for every chatan that gets an aliyah. Then, says the Mishnah Berura, shari, then that would be perhaps mutar. Now, even though that there is a prohibition, if you take a look at Shulchan Aruch in Siman Taf Kuf Samich, there the Shulchan Aruch discusses the fact that there was a prohibition against Chatanim having a crown because of the Churban Beit HaMikdash. Says the Kaf Chaim, that's only for an atara, a crown that's made for the chatan. But here it's not atara that's made for chatan. He comes, he gets an aliyah, he puts it for a second, and it goes down. That's not included in that prohibition, in that gezerah. Now, let's do one more saif over here. Nerot shel sha'ava shenetaram kuti la'avodat elilim. Vechimer shamashan unetanam o mecharan leYisrael. Candles of wax that the goy prepared and gave to the avodah zarah. And what happened afterwards was the shamash of the church or the temple turned them off, and he wants to now liquidate them and cash them out for whatever reason, right? He gave it as a matana to the Jew, or he sold it to a Jew. You cannot use those candles in Bet Knesset. Even though that for you is mutar, it's not considered tikrobet avodah zarah, it's not considered asur b'hana'ah, but it's ugly to use something that was used for avodah zarah, now use it for the kavod of Bet Knesset. That's not something that we want to do. Now, the reason that's mutar for you and me to use it is because the goy, even if it's tikrovet, whatever it is, the goy could be mebatel the avodah zarah, right? Mitam bitul. Afilu achi legavoa asur mishum demais. With all of that, for Hashem is ma'us, is disgraceful, is disgusting. V'hu adin menorot shkorin leichter. Right? Same thing as with the candelabras. They used to call them leichter. shehayu bebet elilim, if you buy them from a garage sale from a church, right? Shenekachan Yisrael achas shebitelan, that the goy now no longer wants them, they're selling them, you don't want them to be used for services, so to speak, and a Jew bought them. With all of that said, still should not use it for bet knesset because maus is disgusting. והדין מנורות שקוראים לייכטר שביטלן או בית גירולים שמותרים לאדיוט אפילו אחי לבית כנסת אסור משום דמייס. Right? So, says the Mishnah Berura, same is, והוא הדין להדליק בהם בביתו לצורך מצווה. It's not only for shul that's asur, but if you want to use it at your home, even though that's your home, it's tzorech, a private need, but if you want to use it for mitzvah, for instance, you want to use it for Ner Shabbat, or things of that nature, will be a problem as well. Says, the Rima, the reason that the wax that you got from the church or whatever bit avodah zarah was, it's mutar for a person in private use. It will be still asur for bet knesset, as we mentioned, because it's tashmish megune. And the Rama adds to that mumar obet kochavim, a person that has become obed avodah zarah. Shenatan shava oner lebet knesset. He is like a Jew that, unfortunately forsake his tradition, he forsake his religion, but now he still has some connection. He wants to donate some wax to the Bet Knesset, some oil to the Bet Knesset for the lighting. Asur latliko. It's not mutar to use the oil or the wax that comes from a mumar la'avodah zarah. Ve'ayin be'oredeh siman kuf lametet resh nun dalet bedinim elu. The reason for it that is asur is because the dami le korban she'en mekabelim mimenu. If you would bring a korban, a mumar would bring a korban to Bet HaMikdash, we won't accept it from him. So therefore, if he brings donations to the shul, it's even worse than like an actual avodah zarah bringing a korban, right? This is a mumar, and it's disrespectful to bring his korban to the Bet HaMikdash. It's disrespectful to accept his donation for the usage of the kavod of the Bet Knesset. And says the Mishnah Berura, "Hu adin mumar lechalel Shabbat befarhesia." If a person is mechal Shabbat befarhesia, it's the same halacha. Or mumar lehachis afilu beechad mishar averot. Or a person that goes rebelling against Hashem deliberately and knowingly because he doesn't care. That's mumar lehachis, even if it's one avera. She'en mekabelin mehen korban. We don't accept their korban. En mekabelin mehen davar lebet knesset. We don't accept anything from those people for the Bet Knesset. If they gave money to write a Sefer Torah in their name, that's a little bit different. That's shari, because the Harvadia actually writes that when the mumar gives something of value, an object, to the Bet Knesset, that's when you don't accept it, because that reminds you of that person, and it's a disrespect that you have something of someone that goes against everything Torah stands for to the Bet Knesset. But if they want to donate not objects but money, says Chavadia, that your mutar, it's allowed to accept it. There are some Rashi Yeshivot that they don't accept any fundraising from non-Shomer Shabbat people. Even if you want to offer them thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you're not Shomer Shabbat, they won't get your money because of this, right? But again, says Arabadia, when it comes to actual cash that's not going to be displayed in the shul, it's not like an object, it's not like a furniture that's going to be there, but it's cash, buying power, that Mikaradin is fine, and Be'ezrat Hashem will continue the next Seif in the days to come. Hazaku Baruch.